Today, we're going to be looking at the world's first 4D action game about a cat. Blinx, the Time Sweeper for the original Xbox. I found this game sealed at my local game store, and the cover reminded me of Crash Bandicoot or Spyro, so I have my hopes set high for this game. Blinx, the Time Sweeper was created by Artoon for the original Xbox console. Artoon was a third-party developer that was also responsible for, Blinx 2 and, Club Penguin Game Day? Oh, how fun! Well, let's see what this game's all about. Really?
Listan Pigni Surname Staff. Hemni Zam La Stakis.
I don't think that's a real language. So the game starts out in the Time Factory, a place that makes time and delivers it to other worlds. You know, they really make time for their customer. They really take time out of their day to be real. They literally make time! We are then greeted by the main character Blinx, a time sweeper, who explains how glitches in time create time crystals, which eventually can create monsters. It's the job of the time sweeper to clean them up before they do. So it's just another peaceful day in the Time Factory, until... the Tom Tom Gang invades world B1Q64. Bingo! The Tom Tom Gang is stealing all the time crystals and selling them to other worlds. But this disruption has caused some of the crystals to transform into monsters. And apparently they also kidnapped the princess of world B1Q64. Basically, the world is in danger and is about to explode due to the fact that the monsters are absorbing more energy. But our fearless feline hero Blinx cannot let his newfound love be destroyed. We start off in World 1. Round 1? Blinx uses his time-sweeping vacuum cleaner to pick up trash, which is then collected and can be used to shoot at enemies. But there is a limit to how much you can hold at one time. There are also time crystals that are all over the levels and are dropped by monsters. Blinx, with the help of his vacuum cleaner, can actually control time by collecting the right crystals. There are 6 different kinds of crystals: rewind, fast forward, pause, record, slow, and retry. Once you collect the correct crystals, the corresponding time control option is put into your kitty cat time pouch to be used whenever you want. Cool, this sounds pretty fun. The only problem is, when do I use these time powers? I've already gone through 3 levels of round 1, and I haven't had to use the time controls even once. I collected a bunch of crystals. I have options, but there weren't any puzzles or things I had to do with them. Maybe the first boss will be my ticket into some sweet time control action. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3 hits. That's it? I beat the boss in 25 seconds? Why is this game telling me about time controls if I don't even have to use them to complete the levels? I beat an entire world, round, without having to use the most interesting part about this game. It's not until the first level of round 2, Deja Vu Canals, that I'm actually forced to use time controls to progress in the level. There's a bridge that falls and breaks, leaving me no way to get across. So I have to use the rewind control to bring the bridge back and make my way over. I'm not very impressed with the level design. Nothing really strikes me as challenging or cool or fun. The color and tone of these early levels are pretty bland and don't make me feel like I'm in another world. I mean, maybe world B1Q64 is supposed to be like Earth, but even still, everything is just brown and boring walls. Not very exciting. But maybe the round 2 boss will be cool. Oh man, here we go! Giant fish frog boss monster! This is gonna get crazy! Can't even hit me up here. All I have to do is shoot him, and he just stays in place. I just want to use time controls, but I don't have any reason to. It'll just be a waste. And he's dead. Great, good. Thanks for wasting my time. What's his name, like Gilbert? Like gills on a fish? Yeah, go eat a dog, Gilbert. Your name is really corny.
Oh man, it's a really good joke.
This game isn't giving me any reason to continue playing it. But let's just move on to the Hourglass Caves. Got it. Whoa, now this is what I'm talking about. Atmosphere. This is what I was looking for. Something that feels unique and looks like another world. Also, I'm just now realizing when Blinkx enters a level, he screams peanut butter. I dare you to hear anything other than peanut butter. I like to think that Blinkx is paid by the pound in peanut butter. Anyway, the Hourglass Caves are awesome. I really started enjoying the game when I got to these levels. But as quickly as my love for the game blossomed, it was crushed. Let me explain. In level 3, there is a puzzle where you have to open 2 doors at once by standing on 2 buttons. But how do I do that? I am just but only one kitty cat. Well, luckily, the game lines up some record time crystals leading up to the button. So obviously, I gotta use the record control. Might I add, this is only the second time in the entire game where I actually had to use a time control. So I just stand on this button and record my action of standing on the button. That way the one door will stay open. Now I just walk over to the other button and step on it to open the other door. And I can make my way over... Oh. Well, I guess I should have recorded standing on the other button. That way I'd be closer to the door. Hey, no worries, I'll just do it again. Wait, I only had one record. And there's no way to get another one. Well, guess what I have to do? I have to play the entire level again. By restarting. This becomes a reoccurring problem throughout the game, and it is the worst. There are no checkpoints or saves or anything within a level, so if you don't have the right crystals to beat the level, then you are playing it all over again. Or you're going back to an older level, hoping that one of the monsters drops the right combination of time crystals for you to get the time control you need. But you can't just exit a level after you get the time control, you still have to finish it. Then you have to go back to the current level you were working on, play through the whole thing again to get to the only part in the entire level where you actually have to use the dang time control. Now you may be saying, what's the big deal? Just play through the level and pick up the record crystals again. They were left there for you to be able to complete the puzzle. Yes, this time they were, so I could just restart the level and get past it. But every level after this that requires time controls to progress through it is not so kind. And on the subject of things I don't like how normal monsters take more than one hit to kill. That's fine for bosses, but it doesn't feel right for the monsters. It wastes a bunch of time in each room because you have to wait around for them to get back up after you hit them. It just makes the game linger. I think they should have all just been one hit, but also more of them in a room. That would give the game a greater sense of danger, because to complete a level in this game, you have to kill all the monsters. The levels only require you to kill 12 or so monsters per level, because they take multiple hits. I think the game would have had a much bigger feel and been a lot quicker if they just doubled the number of enemies and made them all one-hit kills. It just seems silly to wait around when the whole point of this game is to control time. I think that this is a good time to mention that this whole time, I have been collecting these secret cat medals hidden throughout the levels. There are different colored medals, and if you get enough of them, you get a special prize. Oh boy, let's see what we got. Time to fight the round 3 boss. Wait a second. This guy's a fish guy too. Dang it, and he's definitely more of a fish guy than Gilbert was. I guess I gotta name him Gilbert too. Gilbert as well? Gilbert 2. And of course, I beat this boss without any time controls. Progress! The round 4 levels are pretty boring and not very memorable. But the name is really fitting. Forgotten City, because I forgot all the levels. Oh, except for the dumb seesaw mechanic in stage 1, which is only memorable because it's stupid and annoying. Round 4 boss is Santa Claus, Merry Christmas, gosh dang! In case you couldn't already guess, I didn't use even one, not even one time control I used, not even one. Didn't have to use one. Round 5, Temple of Lost Time. Boy, if that isn't accurate. No fun to be had in these levels, just frustration. They just put so many enemies all bunched up in annoying locations, which would be fun if they all took one hit. There are a bunch of these swinging blades and hey! This is where I gotta use a time thing! Yes! Time is in my hands! Well, I forgot to hit the switch that makes the platforms move. Progress! This is the best part of these levels. I barely call this good gameplay. So the round 5 boss, yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't use the pause time. Ah, there we go. Whew, for a second there I thought I accidentally used my pause. Gotta save those bad boys up. On to round 6. Mine of precious moments. How delightful. Now let me explain something very important about this game that I didn't know until stage 2 of round 6 of my original playthrough. Right now you can see that I am able to carry 10 pieces of trash at any time. At the beginning, you're only able to carry 5 pieces of trash. This is where the shop comes into play. You can buy upgrades, new vacuums, more retry holders, time holders, bombs, all kinds of stuff that didn't really seem necessary to me. But since I had the gold, I got an upgraded vacuum, just to assure that this game sucks. Oh, that was so bad. But here's the thing. In the round 3 shop, and only the round 3 shop, there is something called a sweeper pack 1. You need this. This sweeper pack changes the amount of trash you can hold. I think it might actually be impossible to beat stage 2 of round 6 without this. But like, why only put it in one shop? Why make specific shops for each round? Just make one shop that you can access whenever you want. One part near the end of stage 2, I ran out of trash in the middle of a standoff with an enemy, and there was no more trash around in the area to pick up. And there was no way to go back and get more, so I gave up. The only reason I found the sweeper pack was because I was going back through the levels to get money to buy myself the wonderful zebra set. Round 6 boss. Would you like to hear some exciting news? This boss is easier to beat with time controls. The time controls actually help me beat this boss. Well, it's about time. This whole game is about time. This boss really isn't creative or anything. I'm pretty sure the Santa boss was harder, and it kinda did the same thing anyway. So, meh. But time controls?
Oh yeah!
Round 7, Everwinter. I really hope they don't have ice everywhere and make the controls slidey. Oh, no, perfect. I guess everything is ice, everything is slide, everything is perfect. Why can't snow levels just be snow levels? Why do I have to be Tara Lipinski over here going for the World B1Q64 gold medal of figure skating? This isn't fun. These new enemies put you in a tornado, making it impossible to move or use time controls. So you can't like rewind time and not get hit by it. If there's another enemy nearby and you're caught in it, you're going to lose a retry. Stage 1 is a snooze fest. No control because of the sliding, too much focus on the complicated button opens door puzzle, and the only unique thing about the level is snow. And they ruined that by making it all ice. At this point in the game, I've played these levels over and over, so I'm just sick of them. They aren't hard or interesting, they just put enemies in dumb places, and they get a lot of cheap hits. So you have to memorize the patterns and placement of each enemy, which is not fun or really something I want to spend my time doing. This game loves the idea of trial and error, and it shows. Well, on to stage 2. Hopefully we can just get through this in. Well, apparently you have to use the rewind before the ice breaks to get over it. There is literally no way to know that unless I die and lose a retry. That has nothing to do with player skill. There is no way to see that coming. Why is that fair? Okay, whatever, I wasted my last retry, but I'm not upset. Let's just get through this level. They do the same dumb thing twice in a row. Sure, they show the rewind time crystals, but they only gave you 2. Last time I checked, that's not enough to get a rewind. Game over, huh? Yep. Yep. That'll do it. That will do it. Blinkx the Time Sweeper. At first, I thought I was gonna beat this game. But after spending countless hours playing it, enduring the poor gameplay, boring level design, and cheap enemy placement, I don't even want to beat it. But, did it pass the Jess test? Nope. Not even close. Hey, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like more content, be sure to click the subscribe button. Join me next time as I put another game to the test.